Who's gonna grab these people in my life? These people weird. I'm gonna move far away and see if they follow me far away. You know, they harass me every day. Who would like to be harassed? Like, what are you harassing for? They harass me every day. And I don't care who they is. I don't even know if I know these people, but they harass me every single day. Harassment charges. I file for harassment plenty of times, and they still harass. Oh Lord, you know, I just a lot of people just don't like to be wrong about themselves. You know, that's what it is, and that's the God's honest truth. A lot of people don't like to be wrong. You know, especially I'm just gonna tell you straight up, and especially when I just hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Just give me a minute. Listen, I'm about to tell you. I sure am about to tell you. I want to do this before I can find it again. Even if I have to start it over, I'm going to tell you. Because I got to go into my phone. Got to enter into. Well, I don't got to enter it on my phone. It's going to automatically go to my phone. Okay. So, basically, what I'm talking about is you know how people just conjure up a whole lot of when people done conjure up a whole lot of lies, right? Whole lot of lies. And you know, my mama always told me this is the truth. My mama always told me if you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie. So you got to keep up with your lies. Okay, that's one thing that I have learned. That's why it's always best to always tell the truth because when you tell one lie, you got to tell another one, and you got to keep telling them lies. You know, because if you keep telling the same lies, then you know it's gonna be where you see like okay, well, basically just say for instance how people are just on my journey, just how people have lied, just say anything and say any old thing. So they want you to be that person that you are. And so now that they see that they can't control the environment of want me to make me out to be that person that they want me to be, so they're gonna tell more lies. You understand what I'm saying? That's what people do. That's it's just life. Hold on. Okay. So I was told, I used to lie a long time ago. I used to lie a long time ago. But I also know that telling the truth is an important value of our lives. So, but sometimes people choose to tell a lie instead. So one interesting reason people may lie is because they don't like to be wrong about the situation. Okay, they don't like to be wrong about the situation. So why do people lie to avoid being wrong? Many people find it uncomfortable or even embarrassing to admit when they are wrong. This feeling can make them want to protect their pride or reputation instead of saying, "I have made a mistake." Sometimes might tell a lie to make it seems like they are right all along. So sometimes they worry about what others will think, or the fear of being judged or criticized. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people hold on to lies. They're gonna hold on to the end. You know, they rather. I'm gonna tell you like this: a person rather die before they can tell the truth, or they want you to be wrong in so many ways. They want you to be so wrong in so many ways where they're gonna keep the lie up. They'll take it to their grave. A lot of people take a lie to the grave. So, for example, if someone gives the wrong directions to a place and later realize their mistake, they might pretend they were correct or make up an excuse. They do this to avoid feeling the discomfort of being wrong. This is a way to protect their self-image, or avoid the blame game. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that what people do in life, they just do it. They just do it, and they don't worry about the consequences behind it. They don't worry about if they can't prove they lie. They just keep on lying. They just keep on lying. And I have noticed that, like, with a lot of people, like, for real, I'm telling you, my mom just tell me all the time, when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie. And if you tell another lie, you got to tell another lie, because and then all these lies that I'm telling you, all these lies that you have conjured up, at the end you're gonna start forgetting the lies that you done told. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna start forgetting these lies that you told. Then when somebody actually asks you, like, just actually asks you, well, why are you mad at that person? Why are you doing this to this person? Why are you? And then sometimes how it comes out is they don't even know the reason. They don't even know the reason. The consequences of lying to avoid being wrong. Although lying might help a person feel better in a short term, it often leads to a bigger problem. Like now, it's leading to a bigger problem, regardless of how long it takes, or how long you've been lied on. At the end, it at the end it's gonna lead to a bigger problem, because you can't prove every lie that you done told. You can't prove it. How can you prove a lie? So when people lie, it can damage trust. Friends, family, or coworkers might start to doubt what the person says in the future. Over time, this can hurt relationships and make it harder to work together or be close. So instead of a person saying, "Okay, well, like, just in my situation, like, I don't know which man or whatever in my situation, you can say, like, oh, well, yeah, we was in a relationship once upon a time and this and that or whatever. But no, you rather go off of a lie and say, well, we wasn't in a relationship. We wasn't in a relationship. We was never in a relationship. You was out. passing out HIV. You was out sleeping with kids. You was out stealing. You was out doing this. They rather say things like that instead of saying, I was in a relationship with you. We had sexual relations with each other. So you rather say all these things, but you don't want to speak the real. You understand what I'm saying? So when you tell one lie, you got to tell another. But now the bigger consequence of the bigger problem is now you can't even prove none of this stuff that you done told this whole city. You can't prove none of this stuff that you done told the whole city. You done told everybody in the book of Revelations, because that's destruction time. So you done told all these lies, and now you can't prove none of these lies, but you hear every day. Also, when someone tells lies instead of admitting a mistake, they miss the chance to learn and grow. They miss that chance. So my thing is like how this older woman and this older man, this older woman, this older gentleman, right? And I know that it's an older woman, this older gentleman that's in this storm with me or whatever. They can't tell the truth for shit. I'm just gonna be real. They can't tell the truth for shit. But I don't know what they have done, what they have done, and I know that somebody got money or whatever. One of these men got money or whatever. And so what happened was, I'm just tell you what happened in the storm. Just my opinion. Like I be getting different things of the storm. So how it happens in the storm, like basically, uh, the older woman, you know, I'm just gonna say like what I feel, because that's the truth for how I feel. The older woman done killed off her husband, as I feel, or either he done killed off her or something. That is just things that happen like that. And then now like your mistake that you made, you don't want to tell the truth on your mistake because it's gonna mess up your reputation because you famous. You stupid girl. So all the mistakes, and okay, so I did that. So and admitting them helps us become better and more honest people. Lying keep you stuck. Keep you stuck. And what are you right now? You stuck. You stuck. While telling the truth help you move forward. You stuck. You cannot prove none of these things. Everything that you done threw against, everything that you done threw up in my face, everything you done tested me on, everything you have done has tremendously failed. Has failed. And you want to continue with the lie. Girl, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. So how to handle being wrong, how to handle being wrong. Let me tell you how to handle being wrong. Isolate yourself from the crowd that you done told these lies to. I'm just gonna say it like that for real. Isolate yourself from telling these lies, and then somebody might, after a while, somebody might believe you again. But ain't nobody gonna believe nothing that you done just lied on. So it's always better to be honest, even if it feels hard. Admitting a mistake can be uncomfortable uh by most people respect honesty and courage. So it takes strength to say I was wrong. I made a mistake. When we do this, we show that we are trustworthy and willing to learn. So if we find ourselves wanting to lie to avoid being wrong, we can pause and remind ourselves that it's okay to make a mistake. You understand what I'm saying? So if I know I done made a mistake on anything, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not scared of jail. I'm not scared of the pen because if that's where it's meant for me to be, that's where it's meant for me to be. But you have to be honest on your side, boo boo. You have to be honest on your side. That's why ain't nothing working out for you, boo boo. Nothing working out for you, boo boo, because you're still doing the same thing that you was doing last year. You're still doing the same thing that you were doing last year. Ain't nothing working out for you, boo boo. I'm gonna tell you, even if I was a molester or if I slept with a child, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I rights my wrongs off. And if the consequences is that you're supposed to be in jail for sleeping with a kid, if I slept with a child, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna right my wrongs. I know how to be honest with myself, but don't put no lie in my face, and I won't curse you out. If I have played with a child, or if I done touched a child, or anything like that, oh, I would let you know, baby. I would let you know because I'm too real for my damn self sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? I'm too real for my damn self sometimes. So people can't fool me on that part. You understand what I'm saying? If I know in my mind, in my heart, if I done played with a child, touched a child any kind of way, any inappropriate way, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. When I was 22, I was in a relationship with a 15-year-old. When I was 21, I was in a relationship with a 15-year-old. So therefore, I'm 43 years old now. If I have touched a child, put my finger in a child butt, touched the wing dog, or touched the cat, touched the boot, whatever it is, I'm gonna tell you. Don't play with me in my face. You understand what I'm saying? Don't play with me. Because I will cuss you out. I'm gonna tell you one thing. One thing you have to remember about me, I'm gonna tell you 100% real because listen, if I'm in a pen, what's in there? Men. I'm attracted to men. Dummies. I'm gonna be good. I'm attracted to men. So therefore, if I go to jail, I'm still gonna be able to do what I have to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I never tells a lie. That's why I'll never tell a lie. So you're gonna be trying to do whatever you gotta do all year long, all to the rest of your days of your life. I'm attracted to men. Where they gonna put me at? In the cell with men. So that means I'm gonna be a boss bitch up in there. You understand? You understand? I'm not scared of that. But you gotta come on and tell you come on with your lies, baby. But for real, if if I'm a person who I am, that's why people can't take me because I know how to tell the truth. If I have touched anybody inappropriately, I will tell you. I'm not scared of jail. You are. That's why you're lying. You are. That's why you lying. You scared of jail. Say it. Say it to me back. You scared of jail. I'm not. So when you get that through your thick skull, you'll start understanding. Okay? Boo boo, bookie butt, or whoever you is. You hear every day, every 24/7 time, 24/7 a day. You hear. I'm attracted to men. So if I go in that cell, I'm gonna be a boss bitch. You understand that? You got to understand. So people sometimes lie because they don't like being wrong about a situation. While it might seem easier at the moment, it can lead to bigger problems later. Being honest when it's hard, help us build trust and become better versions of ourselves. It's always better to tell the truth and learn from your mistakes. You gotta whoever you are. I'm just gonna tell you, whoever you are, you gotta suck it up, baby, and just go ahead and write your wrongs off like a tax.